I'd recommend going if you've not been on one. New Orleans did have a lot of cool like city tours. Like when we went down there, we did a garden district tour to see like the architecture. So it was an architecture tour in the garden district, which is also where we stayed in an Airbnb or bed and breakfast on Britannia Street. So that was a really cool place. I did see a cockroach in our room, which was interesting because this was a very beautiful, historic, old home, and like you just wouldn't expect there to be a cockroach or anything, but I only saw one. It was when we turned the lights on, and well, I squashed that because I wasn't going to be sleeping with a friend like that in the room. But yeah, it was just gorgeous. It was a gorgeous place to stay. I'd do it again. But yeah, there's lots of tours in New Orleans that I enjoyed. Like I did, like I said, the architecture tour, which is cool to see. And then you also get to see some celebrity homes like John Goodman and Sandra Bullock. I think Peyton Manning's brother. It's a few different places. It was kind of neat. And then, of course, Anne Rice, the author of The Interview with the Vampire. But they had like vampire and ghost tours, cemetery tours, just a lot of really cool stuff. You can also, if you've got the time and potentially want to like either rent a car or use one of the tours to transport you there, but there are plantation tours that you can go on, and I think it's very informative. And it's important to learn about real history that happened. We can't hide from it. So it's not to be glorified by any means, but just something that everyone should learn about. And I don't know, it's just something I think everyone should go and visit if you've got the time and you're in that area. We visited the Laura Plantation and Oak Alley Plantation, and I have to think of the last one. And this is just that other gate, so we came out this way earlier in my video, so that's where that goes. So we're just gonna head on this way. So I said Oak Alley, Laura. It wasn't the Whitney one. We did think about that. We really wanted to visit that, but for some reason we just didn't get that one booked, and we only had so much time while we were there. What was that one called? Shoot. Now I'm gonna have to like pull out my phone and try to look for you guys. Let's see. Oh, it was called the Humas House Estate and Gardens. That was a beautiful estate. So, yep. It's driving me nuts, so I had to like Google that. Anyways, so yeah, there's plenty of paths in the cemeteries here in Council Bluffs to get plenty of steps in for the day to get your mileage. Like we just came down that way, and then if I turn around, and I'll try to do it slowly so that I don't make you dizzy. You can also watch my videos on YouTube at whatever speed you prefer. You can adjust the playback speed, so if you want it to go slower, you can do it like at half speed, or if these are too slow for you and you want to feel like you're running, or you just want to get through the videos quicker, you can actually speed them up. So it's another really cool feature along with the quality stuff that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, we just came down that way, but we haven't even gone down that one yet. There's just lots of paths here that you could take. So Let me see, how am I doing on my mileage? 1.59 miles. So about halfway through my 3-mile walk, which again is for that Garmin finisher badge, because they get me, you know, digital badges. I'm a sucker for those. I don't know about you guys. Everybody likes to like gamify everything, and it seems to be working. Like Scooter's Coffee, the Scooter's Coffee House, you can have like bestie status and buddy status now. It's like they gamify it, and like I think it works, you know. I have to figure out how to gamify these videos. I actually already have a couple thoughts. I'm not gonna share them just yet because I'm waiting, because I want to have a minimum of 100 followers on all of the platforms that I'm on, which there's one left. So if you can do me a favor and help me out, I'd love that. But Facebook, so it's just the Wandering Satoshi page on Facebook. I think right now I have like 44 or 45 followers. So my goal is to get to 100 followers on all the social media pages. So that would be Facebook and YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So when I first started doing these videos, I just went with YouTube, as I was like trying to just focus on one thing. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna share a little bit on Instagram. So I shared a little bit on Instagram, and then around the same weekend in June, I think, there was a weekend in June where I decided I should probably create a Facebook page, and then that led to creating a TikTok. So that way I just have a little bit more reach, a little bit more audience, and can share more of my adventures with more people. It's probably not going to replace my full-time job, of course, doing these videos, but it'd be really cool if like one day I was able to be monetized someplace, whether it was like YouTube or TikTok, what have you. So that's kind of like my goal right now, is to just get to that point so that maybe it'll start kind of paying me for the time I spend editing and recording, and just a few sacrifices being made, which, you know, nothing crazy, but it all just adds up. I think we'll go this way. I'm just deciding why not. Let's go this way, and then we'll take a right, and well, actually, we haven't gone down that way yet. We went down the path that's closer to the gate. So let's go this way. We'll come back around that way, and we'll hit that up eventually. But anyways, as I was saying, it just takes some time. I'm not like, this isn't my full-time job, so like I had to learn how to use an Insta 360 camera, had to figure out how to use the editing software, which I think I mastered it enough that I can produce some okay content. But you know, it's a learning journey, and you have to like find your next adventure and find the time to do it. So typically I work Monday through Friday during the day, and after that full-time job, have some dinner, and then put on some TV and hang out on the couch with my wife while I'm editing the videos and just kind of hanging out. So it's definitely enjoyable, but it is, you know, a little bit of work. Alright, we'll go this way. I know we already went this way once, but it's fine. This can just be, like I said, broken up into smaller videos, so if you're watching this video, you might not have watched when I walked through here the first time, depending on how this gets sparsed apart. But yeah, so yeah, my full-time job is let's see, so I work for a global payment processor, and my job is essentially to investigate activity for any potential like money laundering concerns or illegal activity, and that could be a whole lot of different things. And my specialization is in investigations that not only have your traditional US dollars and yen and euros and fiat, but they'll also involve cryptocurrency, you know, like digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it just adds another layer to those investigations, but it's very interesting, meaningful work. So that's my full-time gig. It's nice that it's remote, so I can work from home and have some flexibility in my day, so that if I want to snuggle with my cats or make my own coffee and make my own food, it's very nice and convenient in that respect. And since we already went down this path earlier, we just haven't gone down this particular path because we came down that one. Might kind of just walk through here just a little bit, see some of the cool stones that are out here. And again, we're just gonna be careful and respectful. I don't have any specific path here in mind. I'm just walking through, sharing the views. I don't know if you guys have ever been in any cemetery enthusiasm groups or anything like that. They sometimes have like Facebook groups where they share cool headstones and memorials. I think I'm in like one or two of them. It's really neat to see some of the different like headstones and cemeteries. It's just kind of cool. But what I was getting to was in the fall, usually around October, Halloween-ish, like there's something that some people participate in. It's called cemetery bingo. So you could make one bingo card, and basically it would have different things that you need to find in the cemetery and take a photo of, and then you can cross it off on your bingo card. So I used to participate in that with a group called History Goes Bump, and they did a really good job of hosting that and putting that on, and it was something they did on their Facebook group. So I think that was cool. I didn't participate in it anymore because, well, I won one year and I don't want to, you know, I would like to give somebody else the opportunity to continue winning, and obviously it's fun. But you could just, you know, create a bingo card and have different things that you want to be on your little scavenger hunt, and so you just try to fill the card basically, and then you usually give like 2 days, like a Saturday and Sunday, to find the little insignias or the little details that you're looking for on the hunt. And then after that, you just kind of get together on Facebook or whatever and share your images and see who found the most or who found all of them, if there's any ties, anything like that. It was fun. So that's History Goes Bump. It's a podcast, if that's something that interests you. Just capturing all these really cool headstones. But anyways, that's another one of those things. It's a fun bingo game, but just remember that whoever you're playing it with, that they are respectful to whatever cemeteries that they're visiting, whatever places that they're going. So I did want to go this way because there's some cool like headstones over here. I really like the one that looks like a book. Well, it's a tree. I should say it's a tree, not a book. There are some that look like books too, but this tree is probably one of my favorites. I don't know. And I don't know if this one's like a Woodman of the World one or not. Some of them have like the Woodman of the World insignia. So we have no, but it's a really cool headstone. And 1888, July 17th, 1888 was the date here. So that is pretty cool. It's very old. It's definitely stood the test of time. Yeah, this cemetery and Walnut Hill, which is like connected to St. Joseph Cemetery, Bicker Colum, I think is how you pronounce it, and Oak Hill Cemetery, and then Green Valley Cemetery, which is gated off. I don't know, I haven't tried to go back there, but I've been back there before that gate was there, and it's not a lot of visual stuff back there. It's like a few walking paths. I think there was a flagpole with a flag, and I saw like at least maybe 1 or 2 headstones. And what else? We already went that way earlier. That was where that really cool brick crypt was. So I'm gonna go this way because I think there's just one little section that we haven't gone down yet. I know these cemeteries pretty well because I've lived in Council Bluffs. I'm a Council Bluffs native, born here, raised here, and we have great hills for anyone that likes to do walks and runs, so I've been here many of times. But what was I already lost track of what I was saying, guys. I'm sorry. I know we were talking about cemetery bingo and Woodman. I mean, we have Woodman in Omaha, Nebraska, which is literally right over the river, right over the Missouri River. So the Missouri River separates Council Bluffs, Iowa from Omaha, Nebraska, which, let's see, I've got 4 times my incline goal according to my Garmin. So just coming over here and looking. So off in the distance, you can see the Omaha skyline of downtown Omaha. And what you see out there is you've got, well, we have 3 really tall buildings there right now. The first one on the left is the Mutual of Omaha. It's a new building, which has been given the nickname the Omadong, which if you view a full picture of it, you'll know why. Then right next to that, and kind of off to the right, is the Woodman building. So Woodman, I was talking about, sometimes you'll see Woodman on some of the headstones around here. And then off to the right, the other tall building on the far right, that's the First National building. So, okay, well, that one's broken up. It's kind of sad and disappointing, but I'm glad they've got all the pieces there. Hopefully nobody disturbs it and makes it any worse. Okay, 2.19 miles. I do want to, yeah, so as I said, it's kind of hot out, so I just checked my battery. It's okay. It's got a little bit left. I might go swap it out just so it doesn't stop recording, but we'll see. Maybe it'll last longer than I think it will. I don't know. It actually has a pretty good battery. So I'm just gonna shut the little lens off.